Hello, my name is Badell. I'm going to talk about the speech that Nelson Mandela gave in 1994, which he said, "I'm prepared to die." So first of all, Nelson Mandela, as most people know him, he is a revolutionary person. He revolutionized the political system in South Africa. He is a philanthropist and a political leader as well. He's a former president. He served as a president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. While he was running for president, and since his early days, for his entire life he fought against the apartheid. He fought against the white supremacists and the black supremacists. Racism in South Africa back then was like as important or even more than America. So he fought he had a fight in South Africa, just like Martin Luther King Jr. Had here in America. This speech took place on the 20th of April of 1964. I'm sorry. It was when he was in a trial because he was convicted for a lot of crimes while he was just raising his voice against the apartheid, and he didn't decide to fight or to oppose those who didn't think that he was right. Instead, he prepared a 3-hour speech, that changed the political history of South Africa after that. This speech also, as I didn't mention before, it took place in the Badell trial, and it was most people say and claim that this speech is the most influential speech of the 20th century, because after Nelson Mandela said those words that he is prepared to die, he will die for his cause and his ideals, like the South African people, the entire country changed the mind of an entire country, changed, and the conscience of all the politicians as well. He served for 37 years in prison just for raising his voice against those who were abusing of the human rights and those who implemented the apartheid, the white supremacists in South Africa. But as I mentioned before, he didn't just fight for the black people. He fought for the equality and the freedom of speech in a country that had never seen that before. After he served for those 37 years, he came out of jail as a hero. All the South African people always remember those words that he was ready to die for his ideals, and he will never stop fighting for his dreams. So that speech, not only for the South African people, but for the entire world, that can serve as an example for all the people who want to fight for their country, that in a pacifist way, just like he did, a lot of things can get done. Nelson Mandela is an example for a lot of people, a lot of leaders who fought for freedom, who fought for equality, and around the world, around the entire world, and he's an example for everyone, because even though he didn't have the opportunity to observe South Africa, to grow in a South Africa, in a country where the freedom of speech, where the equality is a principal law. He fought for that for his entire life, and when he was the president, he changed an entire country. So, thank you so much.